two kids who used to come to Ben's house. They called him Uncle Ben. "What's an uncle?" Sadie asked Chester. "Don't know," Chester admitted. "But I think it might have something to do with chips." "Chips?" "Yeah," said Chester. "He buys them chips whenever they come to the house." The children, a boy and a girl, loved their Uncle Ben. And, it was clear, Ben loved them. But then, the black dog slid into Ben's house, and hundreds, thousands of other houses. He came at night, hiding in the darkness. Dogs, and most other animals, love the night time. It's the time when they can be themselves, when they can do most of their barking and howling. They're not expected to wag their tails forever or to fetch sticks and stupid plastic toys. People go to bed, and their pets can secretly relax. It's a magic time, when the daylight rules wobble and the humans don't notice things as much. Unusual events seem normal or don't get noticed. Two talking dogs might actually be two human voices carried in the wind. A black dog-shaped shadow creeping up the stairs is probably the moon behind the tree outside in the front garden. It made the city's animals angry that the black dog used the night to spread his poison. But they knew there was nothing that Sadie or Chester or any of the city's other dogs and pets could do to stop him. Only the city's kids could do that. Chapter 1. Gloria Kelly lay in bed. She was wide awake, and she knew her brother Raymond was too. She could tell by the way he was breathing. It was awake breath. He was lying there, thinking and listening. Sleep breath was different. It was longer and lighter, less in and out. "Razor," she whispered. Raymond didn't answer, but she didn't care. She liked sharing the bedroom, although she knew Raymond didn't. But she didn't care about that either. She could like it in secret. She didn't have to tell him. She'd been moved into Raymond's room when their Uncle Ben had come to live with them, for a while. That was what her mum and dad had said. Uncle Ben would be staying for a while. Sometimes her mother called it a little while, but the little had disappeared when Uncle Ben kept staying, and Gloria began to think that her bedroom wasn't hers anymore. And Raymond, she supposed, began to think the same thing. His room had become their room. She looked into her room sometimes when her Uncle Ben wasn't in there. He hadn't done anything to it. He hadn't touched her pictures or her other stuff. It was still pink, nearly everything in it. The only really new thing in the room was her Uncle Ben's smell. It was kind of an adult smell, a mixture of soap and sweatiness. There were none of his clothes lying around and just one book that wasn't hers. She had looked at the cover, but it had looked boring, about a war or something, except for the fact that she didn't sleep or play in there anymore. It was still Gloria's room. So maybe her Uncle Ben really was only staying for a while, but the while was a bit longer than they'd expected. Maybe. "Razor!" He still wouldn't answer. She didn't like her bed. It wasn't a real bed. It was just a mattress on the floor. She'd liked it at first. It had been fun, nearly like camping. But not now. Her face was sometimes right against the wall low down at the baseboard, nearly where it joined the floor. It was cold there. Always. Even when the rest of the room was warm. And she could hear things sometimes. She thought she could. Behind the baseboard. Gloria wished